It's Friday. It's another beautiful Friday, and it's time for Bonje. But we are told that we have a string of persons, of viewers who are following the program. So if you're doing it right now, if you're looking at us right now, we want to say a special good evening, happy Friday to you for viewing Bonje. And if you're a first-time viewer of the program, we hope that tonight will be sufficiently interesting to have you staying with us. Make sense? So we're going to start. I'm your host, Robert White, and I'm going to be giving you our Bonje info. The National Celebrations Committee will be hosting an island-wide Independence Motorcade on Saturday, 25th January 2014, starting at the Buns Point at 9 a.m. So remember, 9 a.m., that's the start of the motorcade. The National Celebrations Committee will be hosting an island-wide motorcade. The Independence Calypso competition will be held on Saturday, 1st February at the Sauters bus terminus. So all roads head to St. Patrick's at the bus terminus on the 1st of February. That's Saturday, 1st of February. And the show starts at 7 p.m. You know, we have two defending monarchs. Yes, from the competition in 2012. We didn't have any competition last year. So we have two defending monarchs, and they are both in the competition, obviously. The Grenada Cultural Foundation, the webpage and the Facebook account is up and running. Interested persons can visit the website at culture.gd and on Facebook page at Grenada Cultural Foundation. Go on the page and like us. We're nice people. The Best Village competition, it has started. Yeah, the judging. The judging has started. Today, St. Patrick is going to be judged at the Sauters bus terminus, 5 to 9, so which means that it's happening now. The judging is happening now. Tomorrow, St. Andrew will be judged at the new bus stand from 1:30 to 9 p.m. And on Sunday, St. George's will be judged at Old Trafford from 2 p.m. On the food category of the Best Village competition, they'll be judged on the food category of the Best Village competition, while the culture aspect will be judged at 5 p.m. in Tantin. Let me take that again. St. George's will be judged at Old Trafford at 2 p.m. on the food category, and the Best Village competition with the culture aspect and so will be judged at 5 p.m. in Tantin. The St. Paul's Sports and Cultural Group will be having an Independence Extravaganza, and that takes place on Sunday, 9th February 2014 at the St. Paul's Community Center at 12 noon until you get tired. So if you know you get tired early, don't go. You'll make everything finish fast. Right? We encourage persons obviously to go and support. And the Grenada Sailing Week, and that's for the sailing enthusiasts and of course other persons. The Grenada Sailing Week commences on 30th January at the Port Louis Marina and ends on 4th February 2014. A lot of news this evening, a whole lot, you know. Carriacos Carnival 2014 begins on 28th February and ends on the 1st March. I tell you a lot of news, boy. You see, I'm sweating. Fish Friday is happening right now because, of course, it's Friday. But as I always say, you don't leave now and go to Fish Friday. I always say that. You wait till the program is finished, then all of us go into Fish Friday. That's it. So when we come back, we start with our first guest, and I can tell you there's quite an interesting lineup this evening. Don't go away. Stay right with us.
Bonje, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bonje, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonje, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Yes. This is about the most significant independence celebration here in Grenada. 40 years, theme, uniting our people, restoring hope for a brighter tomorrow.
Home is always home. All right.
Everyone must get involved. Come out and celebrate. I love my Grenada. My homeland forever.
Welcome back to Bonje, and as we indicated just before we took the break, we have our first guest on the program this evening. And I'm happy to introduce Inspector Doyle Stanislaus, popularly known as Santa, right? Don, welcome to the program. Welcome to Bonje.
Welcome.
When time Bonje, the hair and growing again, or the hair,
Getting older.
getting older. Yeah, but I could tell you something, we see more of your face. So, I mean, you can't hide no, you know. And he's here with us this evening to speak about the independence celebration, but more specifically, the involvement of the police in the parade. Now, the Independence Parade, or the Police Band Parade, has become a very interesting feature for Independence Day celebrations. Years now.
Yes.
And most people go down, if not to hear the speeches and so, but to see the police with a fantastic display. So, Doyle, tell me, what do you have in store for us this year? What can we eagerly look forward to?
Yeah, Robert, I'll say thank you for having me on your program, and I want to say good night to the viewers of the program. Similarly to the various organizations and business houses, schools, and maybe the ministry to a certain extent, because of the significance of the 40th anniversary, we anticipate greater participation this year.
Right.
And the RGPF is on board as well.
Yeah, as always.
We will be mounting a parade of a difference, the military parade of a difference. The parade was a draft from the 2013 Queen's Birthday Parade in England, where she had presented new colors to our guards, the Grenadier Guards. And they trooped the colors. The troop of the colors is a big spectacle. It's a great thing for people, young people, and people of all walks of life to come down to see what will happen in the day, because there are various segments of the parade that will bring a lot of interest to the onlookers.
Okay. I remember as a child growing up, there used to be this marching of the police parades, parish to parish. I mean, it doesn't have
Route match.
Road match used to be.
Route
And
match.
I remember as a route match.
Route match.
Right. And as a child, I used to, when the police come up, man, that's one time I got permission to follow them. So you go right around Saturdays and so on, you're following the police, they come back home and no blows, because you are the good people, the police. And so it has always been a source of excitement for young people as well as the older folks. And you don't get much of that these days.
At all.
So they take the opportunity to see the police in action at the Independence Day celebrations. You said this particular year there's the difference in that there's the trooping of the colors. I don't understand what trooping of the colors means. And I hope in explaining you probably don't have to give away too much.
No, I don't want to give away too much, but I'll give you a hint. Now, the colors, there's the flag, national flag and so on, and our flag, our emblem, the police flag, represents a country, represents the organization. And we'll be presenting these colors in a special way on Independence Period.
Okay.
And apart from that, they troop the colors through the rank and file. That would say that it would demonstrate the strength, the courage, the aspiration, the love for country.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So this is what the trooping of the colors signifies. When you go through the colors, you show the strength of the organization, you show the courage, show the aspirations, the love for country.
Folks, all don't want to miss that. All don't want to miss that. Now, in previous years, apart from the police, however, we have had other groups and organizations joining the parade. So we had the St. John's Ambulance, the Seventh-day Adventist Pathfinders, the Boy Scouts, Girl Guides. Are we having those joining the parade again this year as well?
Yes. We would have 7 armed units that form the front rank. And we have a number of unarmed units.
Okay.
We have no confirmation from foreign forces. Normally, this creates a big thing.
Don't tell me the Venezuelans are born
we're
jail.
not
We
sure.
can't
We're
have
not
it without
sure.
the Venezuelans.
We were not sure.
Because I'll tell you something, and folks, that's between me, you, and the inspector here. No, I just want to see them Venezuelans.
fall on top of the stadium?
No, it's sometimes not so much where they did fall, it's sometimes where they don't fall or what is you know what I mean? Sometimes they land, high wind take them, they land on top of the building,
That's what I'm saying.
they all out of the pavilion all together.
I know the kids love that.
Yeah, oh
I know
yeah,
the kids
so
love
yeah.
that.
But even when they do make a spectacular proper landing, I mean, that
Yeah.
is real exciting as well. So either way the wind blows, no pun on the wind there.
Not at all.
We like to see how the paratroopers
Yes.
do their do.
We have no confirmation on, around this time of the year, they normally have patrols in the Caribbean waters. And for that reason, they stop around Grenada, around the Independence time and partake in our
okay.
Independence period.
Okay.
But we have no confirmation and, up to this point. I would hope that they would be here because they add something to the whole,
Yeah,
the whole
man,
period.
I mean, bon Dieu, I mean, if the emperors and come, that they just, but not that it takes away from all local parade, but just that it adds to when they are here. Tell me something, though. I mean, the parade requires you as police officers, and not just the police, but everyone in parade, to be out there in the sun, you know, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and so. How grueling is that on the anatomy of the persons doing the parade? Police et al.
Great. It's a hard task, I can tell you. And because of time and finances, because rehearsal costs, you have to, persons from Sateas, Grenville, whatever, have to come down to rehearsals and so on. So we have to limit the amount of rehearsals. And, but this period, we're working hard because the segments are somewhat different. A lot of the commands is coming from the drums and the horns instead of voices.
Okay.
A lot of precision,
Yeah,
you know?
yes.
A lot of precision.
Speaking about voices, Inspector Stanislaus, you were in charge of the police training unit one time.
Yes, I'm the FSM. I'm the person preparing the parade.
You know, that fella say, you could stay in tongue and hear Santa call out a command on the airport. You know? You still have that power in the voice?
Well, Robert, you know where we're from. When I started shouting, with, you know, Robinson, Peter, Lassie, you know, my deceased brother and so.
Yeah,
you know, we used to go by the sea, with the wave breaking. It was about Bartholomew and so. And Echo, you come from, you say you have to come from your stomach, you know.
You're still going to pelt your voice over the way?
Ah, okay. Because you have to do it there because the noise that will be in the park, the excitement.
Yes, yes.
And so you have to throw it over. You know, unfortunately today, technology, a man might have a little mic sticking on him, but in them days, you have to you have to get on top of them. It's all training, you know, it's all training. And after I've been doing that for quite a while, you master the art. You know.
Okay. Well, like
As everything
most
else.
things,
As everything
most
else.
things,
As
as most
everything
things.
else.
So listen, folks, I'll hear the little secret there. If you want that big voice, some fathers may want to be able to make noise in your house. Sit down! You know, you have to go and practice by the beach. Right? You, you take it easy. One day, all kind of information come out here this evening, you know. You have to go and do it by the beach. But tell us though, well, you spoke about the parade and the rehearsals and so. But the question I want to ask here is, has there ever been anything that happened in a parade, unsuspecting to the audience or unbeknownst to the audience, that happened well but wasn't really planned?
Yes.
I mean, like in any production, sometimes things happen and you go with the flow.
All right, something that creates a lot of excitement is the drum major.
Yeah.
The drum major is the person that carries the mace.
Uh-huh.
And many times, the drum major makes some shows and so nothing not planned. You can remember Inspector Matthews.
Yes.
My drum major, when I started parades and so, Inspector Alexander, the suction.
Yes.
This man was a creative fella. Suction does things that he never planned.
Yes.
You know, so when you come out, you wonder, well, but you hear the crowd cheer, you know. So things happens.
I know.
Yeah.
And they go with the flow.
And you go with the flow. The big thing is to getting back in the groove.
Yes.
You understand? Getting back in the groove. You don't stop. You have no as you war. You cannot repeat it on the day. It's one flow. Even if you make a mistake, some people in the crowd might identify it, but not everybody.
Yeah.
They might see it as something planned, as you say. You know, you have to go with the flow.
I want to ask a pertinent question here. I hope it's not a breach of security, but on the day of the parade, you have quite a large number of the police force concentrated in one area. how can we be satisfied that the rest of the country is okay?
Well,
Who takes care of the rest of the country?
all that is taken into consideration.
Okay.
All these things are taken into
I don't mind the
consideration.
short answer because I say I hope it's not too much of a security breach, but it's something that always crossed my mind.
Is to prepare Independence Parade, we take all these things into consideration. Okay? We look at the entire product. You know, it's not only the parade and you forget the security of the country.
Okay.
Everything you have to take, it's a holistic thing.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So all these things are taking place, taken care of.
Good. Now, we spoke about, I want to come back to the question about how grueling it is on the day in question. I mean, you have to...
Yeah, you leave home very early. You leave home very early, and some people, first timers, it's very difficult to have breakfast, you know. And it's important that you have a good meal, you understand? Have a good rest, relax, you know. You might come in from a distance, far away, you know. So by the time you reach it, have breakfast, by the time you reach down to start the parade, you understand? And as I said, the parade have a number of segments. We'll be marching off at Melville Street by 8:30, and we expect the first arrival by 9:20. Okay. So some people even fall before the parade starts.
not police officers.
Of course.
Poor J.
Soldiers.
When I say police strong...
No, I said the soldiers fall.
Oh, okay.
And that's
okay.
not only in Grenada, in England and all about, they fall because the preparation wasn't done.
Right,
They haven't consumed enough fluid, you know.
That's... So, obviously, you must be coaching the guys on exactly what they need to do so that to carry themselves throughout the entire parade, to ensure that they make it through the entire parade.
Of course.
Right. So consumption of water is an important
Yes.
thing.
People like to use new uniforms. So you can take a new boots.
Boy, listen, it's amazing how sometimes things you probably would gloss over. Because you rightly indicated that new boots mean that you look sharp.
Of course.
But they have a way
But
of getting very familiar with your
Toes, yeah.
the way our old boots wouldn't, because our old boots is stretch and everything like that. So obviously you encourage your folks, try not to put on a new boots or ensure that you have used it before.
You helmet chain, do your fittings and so before feel comfortable, you know. And so because these things will stop circulations and so on. And you know.
Oh, and probably end up with you maybe fainting when it's not so much probably lack of proper physique.
No.
But all these other little
Well,
nagging
yeah.
things. So you see, it is not easy being a police officer on parade, or probably anybody on parade. But there are some little things that if you know, it helps. That's the message.
That's the message.
Right. Now, anything you'd want to add as we wrap up this particular segment? So let's look at the route. You mentioned it, but in passing.
All right. The first phase of the parade would be forming out from marching off to the National Stadium from Melville Street.
Okay.
Just around Andel Street. On arrival, the parade would be form up, dressed to my satisfaction, and the parade would be handed over to the parade to IC. That's Superintendent Prince. He has
which print that is?
Jessman Prince.
Okay.
Country again.
That's my good schoolmate.
Yes, it's a Thursday. You're talking it's a Thursday. And he would fall in the colors. Very important, this period, the colors would not be in its normal position.
Okay.
The colors would be in front of the first unit, the last unit in the front rank. And the band was situated in front of the first unit in the front rank. So the formation of the parade is totally different to what we're accustomed to.
Okay. Folks, you don't want to miss that. You hear that? This is 40 years, so we can't just do things. I mean, Bonji. 40 years, we can't just do things like you're doing it before. We had to do something spectacular, and the police is offering that.
He would then get the colors on and get the officers on through the sound of drums and horns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is another spectacle there. And then after this is completed, you hand over the parade to the parade commander. The parade commander on that day is Superintendent Ruben Maitland, and he would troop the band. So the band would be trooping.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask two quick questions again. Timing. I know the parade, the activity is usually scheduled to start at a particular time. Do you, during your rehearsals, ensure that you time yourself how you march between, let's say, the start and the entrance?
We do time the parade.
But so, okay, but I mean, all right, you're going to the rhythm.
Yes.
What if the drummers give you a faster rhythm on the day?
Yeah.
Or a slower rhythm than you actually rehearse?
Well, you have your own rhythm, okay? Now, people, drummers might giving you a 10-30 beat and you matching faster. You know, people like that, you know.
Yeah.
But it works. You have to listen to the drum. The bass is the executive word. You see? The drums speaks, okay? And you would learn that language. Like sometimes when people dance and they say dance to the bass.
Yes,
okay?
yes, yes.
Now, and similarly, with the music from the band, the bass speaks. The bass gives you the executive word. Now, in that area, we have 3 words of command. You have the cautionary word. You have the introductory word, sorry. You have the cautionary, you have the executive. The bass normally give you executive word of command.
Okay. Bonjour, Thomas boy. Executive cautionary is cautionary?
Yeah, introductory.
And introductory.
The cautionary telling you that something is about to come.
Okay.
So it prepares you. Okay? It prepares you. So you get yourself allotted that the executive is about to come.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So you don't really shock.
Right. Folks, it's an interesting discussion here with Inspector Doyle Stanislaus, but of course, like every good thing, we have to wrap up now. So we want to thank you so much for joining us on the program this evening. And I certainly intend to be at the park because I don't want to miss the whole aspect of trooping on the flag and all that, this spectacular display put on by the Royal Grenada Police Force as part of this year's Independence Parade. So remember, the date is the 7th of February at the Queen's Park or National Stadium, and you don't want to miss it. Organize your posse now. Do you have any idea what time the parade starts?
Parade starts, the first arrival is 9:20.
9:20. Okay, so folks, organize yourself and be down at the park. When we come back, we continue with the live discussions on Bonjay.
Bonjay, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bonjay, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonjay, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
The Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Grenada, in conjunction with the National Celebrations Committee, is pleased to present the Chinese Acrobatic Show. Come see amazing juggling, one-hand balancing, contortions, somersaults, and dance performances by the Guangzhou Acrobatic Troupe from the People's Republic of China. The Chinese Acrobatic Show, Tuesday, February 4th, 2014, at the Grenada Trade Center in Grand Anse, St. George's, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Admission is free. It's the Chinese Acrobatic Show, an official activity of Grenada's 40th Independence Anniversary celebrations. Don't miss it. See you there.
Welcome back to Bonjay. We were having a very interesting discussion there with Inspector Doyle Stanislaus, telling us all about the parade. And that's one of the activities that we look forward to as part of our independence celebration. It takes place on the day itself, Independence Day, right? But of course, there are other activities. We heard about the Best Village competition. And there's also another very interesting activity as part of the independence celebration that I like. I really like. Can't take it, can't fault me. I love my Calypso. So I'm speaking of the Independence Calypso competition. This year it takes place on Saturday, 1st February at St. Patrick, the bus terminus in St. Patrick. And I have here with me on Bonjay, we are happy to introduce our next guest, who is a reigning Independence Monarch 2012. Of course, there was no show in 2013. There was no competition. But we have here, well, let me put it this way, one of the reigning Calypso Monarchs, because we know that the competition ended in a tie with 2 persons tying for the first position. So we actually have a dual monarch or dual monarchs. So tonight I'm extremely happy to have on the program Raphael Croqueta Johnson. Drum roll! Croqueta, welcome to Bonje.
Thank you. Thank you.
How you going, man?
Good for the time.
You look good too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. God be praised.
Independence Calypso Monarch 2012. You share that position or that accolade with
This is Pamela.
Pamela. What's Pamela's name again?
Courtney.
Pamela Courtney. Good night, Pam. If you're looking at the program, what was it like? Just take us back to that particular night.
Yes. Well, first of all, it's winning for me. Was a pleasant surprise because for somebody who has been singing for so many years, winning come. I did my best, of course.
As per usual.
Yeah. But I have done my best in the past.
Yeah.
So that was a wonderful experience, I finally got a taste, of what guy like Scotland and the feeling and so on.
Yeah. When they put the crown on the head,
Yeah.
Tell me something. I'm trying to figure out here. Obviously, in any competition where there's a possibility that there's a tie, I figure the organizers would prepare 2 crowns, right?
Yeah.
So there was 2 crowns in that.
Yeah,
time,
there
I'm
were
trying to
2 crowns.
connect with some other competitions when there were not 2 crowns kind of thing. I remember one time there wasn't even a crown, right?
No, there were 2
and that gave rise to another Calypso next year after that.
Yeah. Well, there were 2 this time. Yeah.
But tell me something. How long have you been singing Calypso?
Since 1994, actually, and we started with the DYC.
The DYC Calypso tent.
10th.
I remember that tent.
Yeah, 1994. So you could do the maths.
Yeah.
2014 we are in now.
Yes. So that's 45 years.
Yeah.
That's 20 years of continuous.
20, man.
Yeah, but when you started Calypso, what got you into Calypso? Because, and I'll tell you what the lead up to that question, because I know that you're a deacon, is it, in the Catholic Church, right? And fellas say, well, this man is a deacon, and what a man doing in day in Calypso, and
Well, actually, when I was a Calypsonian before I was a deacon.
Okay, but even when you became a deacon, there was still talk.
But funny enough, even while I was singing my Calypso, I was extremely active in the church.
Okay.
And I guess people didn't talk so much, but becoming a deacon now, I guess, put a greater spotlight on you, and they might talk a little more now. However,
Big deacon singing Calypso.
But it is one thing at least I know that people can't talk about it, a contradiction, right? Yeah. Because from ever since my lyrics have not been contradictory to my lifestyle,
Okay.
I compliment, as a matter of fact, Calypso compliment my being a deacon. Because now I can preach in Calypso.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
you're speaking there, and I'm hearing 35 reasons to celebrate our independence. And that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quickly time flies. Yes, I'm almost seeing you singing that song now again. But you have given some sterling renditions over the years, and I have always said that it's one man, sometimes 2, will win the crown, right? But I've always said, one person who I believe will win a crown one day, because once he continues to be that consistent, is Croqueta. It just can't elude you. If once you continue to be consistent. I've always said too, though, that the crown, winning the crown has a lot to do, maybe not all so, but has a lot to do with the competition in the night. Some fellas feel you sound good on the radio, and they figure a man must win.
Definitely.
And then you could mess up on the night.
Yeah.
But I've looked at you over the years, and I saw you grow in stature, being more confident in your performance. And I have always believed that you are lyrically strong. A different kind of lyrics, good melody too. So I figured there's one day, as a people say, one day, Kungote.
But funny enough to say a different kind of lyrics, because some people tell me that is the reason why I haven't won so far, because my lyrics are different. You know, I try. Maybe they feel I'm too careful with the words I use. I need to be a little more adventurous, if I could use that word, like some guys. But you know, as I say, you know, I have a certain standard that I always try to maintain.
Exactly.
And so my lyrics wouldn't stray from that standard.
Well, you can only be yourself.
Yeah,
You know, and
exactly.
and I don't think you have to go extreme and go outside of your comfort zone to win a crown. I mean, to my mind, winning the crown is a good thing. But I believe that your contribution, and history will record the contribution. History will record whether it did or didn't win. But history, if it has to be fair, would record the fact that you contributed year on year on year on year. And sometimes they say it's long afterwards, you know, when you look back, you realize, but this was good all the while. Let's talk about this year, though. What's your offering for this year? Because I haven't heard you yet.
Yeah, well, I'm still putting the finishing touches in the studio. And
So you're trying to scholar on us, or what?
Yeah,
They say
no.
scholar is a man who has sing the first tune and go and finish the second tune up in the botanical gardens. You know?
There was a little doubt, you know, about whether the competition will be coming on or not, you know. So when I realized it would finally confirm, that's when I went to the studio, you know, and so I'm still working and so on, you know, trying to complete.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell the studio man, work it out fast, eh? Because you don't have much time.
Yeah, actually I called
Next
him.
thing we hear the song and he's afterwards, we hear the thing on the radio.
Well, I called him today actually, and I told him the same thing that you just said, you know, that we don't have much time, you know, so we need to get something quickly. Yeah.
Let's talk about writing a calypso. How difficult is it for you to write a calypso? And whether it's independence or any other competition, how difficult is it for you to put your thoughts together, really a particular topic or choice?
Sometimes it's very easy, sometimes it's difficult. And some of my bigger songs is songs that were done in about one day, you know, or a few hours, you know. As a matter of fact, in a few minutes, I would have had the majority of it, you know, covered and then do the finishing touches afterwards. And then again, there are some that took weeks and maybe even months because you're just not feeling satisfied, you know. You have to take out this here and put in this there. But what I've found in the past, though, that the songs that come fairly smoothly, quickly, these are the ones that sometimes, you know, most of the time, turn out to be the bigger hits, you know.
It's almost like it's part of you.
Yeah, it flows out of you.
Yeah, with that rhythm, that thing.
And one such song is the one that did Where the Young Men Gone, you know?
Oh, that was a powerful, that was
that
a
one-
powerful selection. Powerful selection. Now, so we're speaking, folks, with Croquetta, Raphael Johnson Croquetta, who has given 20 years of unbroken service to the Calypso art form, who is a deacon, and that doesn't contradict with his Calypso style, with the fact that he sings Calypso. He views it as his ability to even minister through song, and that's fine. This year, with 40 years of independence celebrations, so I would imagine that, like most people, your theme would be around the 40 years of celebrations. You know, I sometimes find that this is good and this is bad. Let me tell you why. Because while you may have a very good song for that particular year, it can just be stuck in that 1 year time frame. Because especially if you sing about this is 40 years and our 40th anniversary, and so there are some songs that you can play for time immemorial and they just always sound fresh. But this one will always remind you, this is for 40 years. So I sometimes, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Somehow, you know, I think that it might, as you say, you know, it might be better, you know, I could understand the organizers wanting you to sing on the theme, because not only can people stray all over the place and so on, but they might lose focus as to what we're trying to celebrate this year. So as you say, it has its positive and its negative. But then again, you know, for example, you know, an idea I really had to sing on this year, I mean, it would have been, I feel, made a greater impact, you know, because it wasn't like directly on the theme, but it's more creative, right?
Yeah.
But then, as you say, if I sing that, it will stray a little from the theme. You know? And
so you're in a quandary.
yeah. So, but I decided to stick with the theme, you know, more or less. But as I say, it restricts you a little bit.
It does.
But although it does,
shows your creativity
exactly,
too, as
I
well.
still try to be creative, even though it does to a certain extent.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Croquetta in his other life. Who is Croqueta? What do you do? How do you survive outside of Calypso?
Yeah, well, I'm a lecturer at TAMCC in maths and physics. Right? And, well, originally I studied to be a mechanical engineer. I qualified as a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
Worked for 5 years as a mechanical engineer.
Bonji
At the
Croqueta versatile.
At the Central Garage Corporation, eh?
That's in that used to be in the by the park.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, a long time I hear that name.
Yeah.
Central Corporation. It's a lot of years ago.
Because since around 1990, you know, it was closed down, and
Yeah.
I decided to go into teaching. I didn't see myself as a teacher before, but I decided to, you know, I had the knowledge of maths and physics. I decided to pass it on, you know, and then I realized I had a kind of a liking
teach.
for the thing.
Yeah. You could teach.
And again, and one indication that you can teach is when your students do well, right?
Yes. Yes.
When they understand what you're being taught, they do well in exams and so on. So I decided, well, I might as well go full time into it. And then I went to Boca Secondary, where I taught for some 10 years or so. And during that time too, I decided, well, since I was going to go into teaching, I might as well, you know, get an additional qualification in teaching. So I went to UWI. There I did education, right? Specifying a diploma in education with specially teaching of mathematics and so on. And that helped me tremendously because it impacted my teaching. I had especially teaching of mathematics. And I remember the first year I came back from UWI, you know, Boca had one of the most outstanding number of passes in maths because I tried to more or less implement what I learned.
Right.
And I realized I was, you know, only when I went there, I realized I was far, you know, short of my teaching ability. Thought I was a good teacher before.
You really learn how much you didn't know.
Yeah.
Folks, we're talking here with Raphael Johnson Croqueta. Of course, the discussions always get so exciting, and then the time is up. It's amazing. But we want to give you the last word to the camera. Well, this is your camera. And encourage people to come out on the 1st of February to the Calypso show, the Independence Calypso competition.
Well, one of the reasons why I think people will turn out, not only because of Croqueta and Pamela Courtney, but this evening I happen to hear a very a strong cast, you know, that I'll be coming up against.
Okay.
I heard people like Soa Serpent and Keturah George and Teacher Eddie and Smallies and so on. These sound like some big names in the business. So I don't think people might want to miss that, you know. So I'm telling you this tonight that, and again, you know, over the years we have seen a sort of decline in support for Calypso. This is our thing. So I'm appealing to you this evening, tonight, to come out and support the Calypso competition, you know.
Folks, you heard it there from Raphael Croqueta Johnson. Read the Calypso competition, the Independence Calypso competition on the 1st of February. Please, let's have a good time at Sutter's Bus Terminus. Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
Have a great evening and enjoy the rest of your Independence, man.
Yes, thank you.
When we come back, we continue with live action on Bonji. Please, don't go away.
Bonji, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bonji, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonji, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Hey, 3 Ots! Yes, Grenada! We calling all patriotic Grenadian to get ready for Clean Sweep 2014, a celebration of pride and nationalism as the Ministry of Health, the National Celebrations Committee and their partners stage a 2-day national cleanup campaign on Saturday, February 1st and Sunday, February 2nd. Pre-Independence weekend. Everything clean. So organize your posse now. Get your rigs, shovels, bags and all you need. Let's go cleaning because we're putting our health and safety first. So lock the date down. Saturday, February 1st and Sunday, February 2nd. Pre-Independence weekend. Clean Sweep 2014. 2014, a celebration of pride and patriotism.
Welcome back to Bonje. And just before the break, you would have, if you were with us then, you would have heard that interview with Crocketta Johnson. That's our independence, or current independence monarch. Well, our reigning, let's put it that way, reigning independence monarch from the competition 2012. There was no competition last year, 2013. I can't remember what the reasons were. But this year, we're certainly going to have a competition on Saturday, 1st February. And as he indicated, there's quite an interesting lineup. You did hear that there's Soasapan, there's Smallies, there's Teacher Eddie and Keturah George and a host of others. I saw the list this morning and I thought, wow, it's probably about 16 or 17 Calypsonians. So St. Patrick's going to be cocked on Saturday, right? Saturday, 1st of February. Don't go up there this Saturday. It's not this Saturday. It's next Saturday, 1st of February. We want to open the lines now as we usually do. This is a call-in segment. And we want to find out what preparations have you made so far for independence. Now, we did ask the Best Village competition to decorate your place and so on. We know that the competition, they started the judging last weekend. Last weekend, St. Mark was judged, St. John was judged, and St. David was judged. And this weekend we have St. Patrick, and I think, and St. Andrew, I believe, will be judged as well. I wonder if they're going to Carriacou. I don't know, I didn't hear Carriacou name called. But in the interim, you can call 435-2636, that's 435-2636, and tell us, what preparations you've made for the independence. So apart from the Best Village competition, well, of course, you have to decorate your places. But I know there are some persons some offices, you go to offices and you see the decorations, 40 years as a nation, one slogan says, and the beautiful colors of our flag, our national colors. We're getting a call there for, hello. I was about to give you a number again. Hello, good evening, welcome to Bonje. Hello, good evening. Hello?
Hello?
I hear you, man. I hear you having an exciting time there.
Yeah, because I plan to do a lot of things,
You plan to do a lot of things for the independence? Well, we don't want to know what you plan to do. We want to know what you have done so far.
Okay. Well, I brightened my little corner. I cut grass. I was thinking of making some buntings, but I didn't get enough cloth. Cloth. You know how my boy up in Ambolia say cloth. So
okay.
I plan to cook instead, man. And I'm planning my menu, boy. I have a bag of titiri there already. I'm making titiri fish cake.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta put a little color in that.
And
remember independence, you have to show your color. So how you go color a titiri?
You see what behind your back there?
You mean Tantana, poor boy?
You see what behind your back? That's how I'm making my cake.
Oh, that'll be an interesting looking cake. Because I remember when, as a youngster, we used to make this kind of twirly cake and things, and used to like that, eh?
I just put in little food coloring, in some green, in some red, in some yellow.
Right.
And I put it all in one pan. I'm mixing the colors in one pan. That is my independence cake.
Right.
Right, that I'm making my oil down, but I'm making a healthy oil down, eh?
What you put in it?
I'm putting all this kind of fat and thing, I put in the coconut, yes, and I've discovered that the coconut powder could make good oil down.
No, coconut powder, no, man, we have too much coconut.
Hey. It's the same coconut.
No, man, it's not the same thing.
Well, you don't want plenty people make oil down. We have to go the short way, man.
But you see, no, you have to go local. If it's not local, no, listen.
And I plan to cover down the pot with flower leaf. To really give it a nice long-ago flavor.
Right. So you're taking that food now to the park on Independence Day, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're watching the program earlier, and remember we had the inspector here, and he said it will be a spectacular parade this year.
Okay.
But after you're done watching parade, the food is a good idea.
Yeah.
So where you gonna be, around which corner in the stadium you'll be? Because I want to.
I'm gonna do like Brian Pitt. I'm putting everything in the dicky. Anytime you meet Brian Pitt, you could get a drink.
Yeah, you always have it.
And pot of food.
So
in the dicky.
Tell us now. I'm curious to find out. You know, I've never really asked that question on the program, but I'm curious to find out, where are you calling us from? I just want to get a feel from where our audience is connecting.
Right. I am in the place called Grand Dance.
You're calling from Grand Dance?
Yeah.
Great. Grand Dance in the house. Drum roll! Uh-huh.
Table knock.
Yeah, drum roll. So you're going to be having your little oil down, you come in a little independence cake and things. So what are we drinking with
And
the
a little
colors?
Morby.
Morby. Better drink an independence drink. What independence drink are you giving us?
Morby.
Alright, and
Morby.
you don't nothing a little strong.
Morby, a little white man from England. Then he came down with Mr. Roberts to teach children how to play, how you call it? Cricket? No, football. Remember the Roberts man?
Yes. Yeah. I'm Jason.
Some Grenadians give me a glass of Morby. He say, how do you guys drink that thing? That kind of Morby I'm making.
Oh my goodness. Well, we want to thank you so much for calling. We did have some fun with you tonight. Thank you very much for calling, and continue preparing for your independence.
Okay,
I'm looking for the cake.
Yeah.
And a little oil on by the side.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Have a great evening.
All right.
Yeah, that was our caller there, boy from Grand Dance. So tonight we found out that we had a call from Grand Dance. I mean, I wonder if somebody else want to call. 435-2636. Hey, what is this? Another caller, boy. Hello, welcome to Bonje. Hello. Yeah. What, like yes, good evening. Welcome to Bonje. Hello. Thank you. Hello? Yes, good evening. Tell us, you live on Bonje. Tell us, what preparations have you made for your independence celebration so far? Hello? Well, that person get cold feet, boy. Well, I mean, it happened. This is the real world, and in the real world, things like that happen, you know. Big man will get cold feet. That sound like a youngster there, right? They want to tell us what you're doing for independence. But we want to thank the two persons who called, even if we didn't get any information out of the second. It has been a wonderful evening so far. You're live on Bonje. We take a break. We're getting a call, boy. We can't take a break yet. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Bonje. The calls are coming. Let's see who it is. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Bonje. Hello. Yes, good. Ah, boy, we call back. Good. So tell us, what preparations have you made so far for independence?
Long.
You prepared some oil long already? Hello?
Yeah.
Well. I mean, you cook it too early. Remember, independence is the 7th, you know. Anyway, there was our young caller again there who identified or who advised that prepare some oil down. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. Now, don't leave. No, you can't do that.
Bonje, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bonje, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonje, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Yes, this is about the most significant independence celebration here in Grenada. 40 years, theme, uniting our people, restoring hope for a brighter tomorrow.
Home is always home. Alright,
Everyone must get involved. Come out and celebrate. I love my Grenada, my homeland forever.
Under the theme, Uniting Our People, Restoring Hope for a Brighter Tomorrow, the National Celebrations Committee invites you to its annual Independence Calypso Competition on Saturday, February 1st. February 1st, from 8 p.m. at the Surtees Bus Terminal. Come and see the likes of defending monarchs, Raphael Croqueta Johnson, and Pamela Courtney, along with many more. Come out in your numbers, bring the entire family, and let's celebrate.
Well, welcome back to Bonje, and we're about to bring you an interview with one of the contestants for this year's Calypso, Independence Calypso competition. And I'm speaking of none other than Felon Smalley's Blackett. Take a look. Enjoy.
Hi folks, this is Bonje and I'm here with Felon Blackett. Everybody know him as Smalley. Smalley's, good morning, good evening, good day to you, sir. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. I would like to say good morning to viewing probably. Happy New Year to everybody and Happy Independence Grenada Carrot come to the market.
Yes, and that's what we're here to do. We're talking about independence. And I am understanding that you have registered to compete in the 40th anniversary of Grenada's independence. That is the Calypso competition. Tell us a little bit about your song, your reason for competing, because I'm almost certain that you've been off the globe as it speaks to the Calypso arena, as it speaks to independence Calypso for quite a while. So let's hear now what has inspired you, what gave you that push to come back.
Well, I should say and explain myself. I've been out for a little while, but I've been in for a little while to me. I think you could remember, I don't know your memory, so you're right. I've been in competition last year. I've been in competition year before. And you asked about my inspiration, you know, I always like to sing and I like competition. When it comes to independence, I always like to say, like, I'm an independent man. I like to take part in independence competition. Right. Well, the inspiration, you know, everybody knows independence. And so it's 40 years and we want to make it something big, so I feel, you know, I should take part in the independence competition. I've registered, as you said. I'm just waiting on the go now to know what date they're going to be announced for the competition. I think they said it was 4th or something like that, but they put up the dates for something like that. Yeah. So I'm waiting tonight, hopefully. I'll be going to the studio and lay down some tracks to see if I could get anything done to put it on the radio, to play my song.
Okay. And we will be celebrating 40 years. For the persons out there who might not know, we are celebrating 40 years of Grenada's independence. We will be hosting, that is the National Celebrations Committee will be hosting its annual National Independence Calypso competition. That is scheduled to be on February 1st at the St. Patrick's Bus Terminal, the Surtees Bus Terminal, and that is expected to kick off at 8 a.m. in the evening. We have quite a number of persons who have registered. We're about to conclude with the registration, which would end on Monday. We will go into a preliminary round of competition, and I must say this year we have quite a number of persons registering for that competition. We will be going into the semi-final rounds of competition and then move into the finals on February 1st. So persons, it is a free event. It will be at the St. Patrick's Bus Terminal, Surtees Bus Terminal. So come out in your numbers, bring your friends, bring your families, and enjoy. Come celebrate with us for Grenada's independence. Smalley, thanks again for being here with me. At Mama Can, I'm looking at the studio. You guys have been doing a good job. I'm understanding also that you are the contractor, general contractor on this massive project.
It's a small project, but I'm very proud to be part of it, so I'm doing my best.
It might be small on the outside, but we know it's big in our hearts.
Yeah, it's big in our hearts because what we intend to do, you know, is big inside here.
Yes, and I'm also understanding that you will be making changes to Grenada's music.
I will. I try my best, you know, so I will.
Thank you very much for contributing, for continuing to contribute to Grenada's cultural development. Thank you.
The theme, Uniting Our People, Restoring Hope for a Brighter Tomorrow. The National Celebrations Committee invites you to its annual Independence Calypso competition on Saturday, February 1st. February 1st, from 8 p.m. at the Surtees Bus Terminal. Come and see the likes of defending monarchs, Raphael Croqueta Johnson, and Pamela Courtney, along with many more. Come out in your numbers, bring the entire family, and let's celebrate.
Welcome back to Bonje, and we were just looking at that video, interview actually, with Felon Smalley's Blackett, and it was conducted by Donnelly Watson Henry. We want to take you now to our iconic feature video for the evening. It'll be interesting. You know, it's really, really nice to look back and be able to see how people would have grown and developed and how they would have changed as well. I mean, you see some persons in that video that you just say, oh, Bonje. You don't see somebody in the punk, I won't call them, you go see it for yourself. We're going to take you back to one of the Calypsonians. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but sit back, enjoy, see for yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, a tribute to Grenada, Carriacou, and Pity Martinique. Put your hands together for Randy Isaacs.
How you feeling? Happy independence? Yes, man. Grenada, Grenada, the land where I was born. I know you are suffering. Men have raped you and abused you and left you there crying. I devote my heart, my God,
country, let me see you. Yes, we're starting. Let me hear you.
That was Randy Isaac, one of our celebrated singers, or Calypsonians, who would have given that offering somewhere in the early 90s, 91, 92, somewhere there about. I mean, yes, it is Style Boy, Troy Gavina, Punk, yeah, Randy with the side clean and so. And of course, I mean, times change. That seemed to be Sugar Mill. I stand for correction, but it seems to be Sugar Mill. There's no even Sugar Mill now. It has been a wonderful evening, and it's amazing how time flies. Kind of feel we could do another hour again. Producer, we could start from the top and come back again. Except the folks who did the interviews. And until next Friday, when we will bring you another exciting program. Be good to yourself. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your week, and see you again on next Friday.